What's going on, guys? Today I'm bringing you my prediction for Team USA's 2022 Olympic roster. We're going to start off here, guys, with the forwards. Just like Canada, tons of players could make this team, so it's really hard to, choose who got cut and who made it. First line here, we got Matthew Tkachuk, Austin Matthews, and Patrick Kane. So it's a pretty nasty first line. Kane, of course, most people consider to be the best U.S. player ever. Austin Matthews might take that title from him. And then we got Matthew Tkachuk on the left wing. I feel like you get a good mix there of play styles. Kane can shoot, but he can also pass. Matthews, I think, is a bit more shoot first. And Tkachuk, of course, going to mix it up, kind of be our instigator on this line. Now, I actually had a really tough time deciding who was going to slot in at this first line left wing spot, but then I remembered that Tkachuk actually played with Matthews on the USA stage before, so I figured they have some chemistry there, and Patrick Kane should be able to play with about anyone on this team. Second line here, guys, you got Jake Guentzel, Jack Eichel, and Kyle Connor. So I feel like the USA have a really nice 1-2 punch there with Matthews and Eichel. And that second line there, Connor and Guentzel and Eichel's wings, as long as Eichel's healthy for the tournament, should help round out a very solid top six. Now the third line here, I decided to just go all speed. I figure you're playing at the Olympics, you're on international ice, a lot more room to skate around. Speed's going to be a big factor, and Johnny Gaudreau, Dylan Larkin, Alex DeBrincat's got to be one of the fastest lines at the tournament. In games who care, you can see there what their speeds are. Real life, I think for sure at least Larkin one of the fastest player in the game. Now, of course, Johnny Gaudreau and Alex DeBrincat are both smaller players. DeBrincat there 5'7". Gaudreau says he's 5'9" here. I think he's also more like 5'7", but because of the big ice, I feel like they're not really going to be getting hit as much. Running into guys that can actually kind of use more of that speed, that skill. So I think Gaudreau and DeBrincat might play even better, on the international ice. And then the fourth line here, guys, decided to go with more of like a veteran line, I guess. Max Pacioretty, Joe Pavelski, Blake Wheeler. We also didn't really have that many two-way players on the team. Like Larkin and Pavelski are probably going to be playing the PK for this team. Most of the guys on this roster, for the forwards at least, are scorers. Blake Wheeler also a scorer, but at least, he's that big body. I think he could play PK for us, especially, if that's what the team needs from him. Max Pacioretty, another scorer, but a bigger guy there. Should be fine on that fourth line, veteran line. I could have went, some younger players here, but wanted to have some vets. Now, defensively here, USA is pretty stacked on defense. So top pair, we got Jacob Slavin, Adam Fox, Norris Trophy winner, and one of the most polished, I think, defensemen in the league. I always say Slavin's like a poor man's Nick Lidstrom, which sounds like an insult, but it's not. It's honestly a really big compliment because I think Lidstrom's the best or second best defenseman of all time. It's him or Bobby Orr. Second pair here, we got Quinn Hughes paired up with Charlie McAvoy. I could have went McAvoy Slavin as a top pair, but I feel like Fox is a bit more offensive than McAvoy, so trying to balance it out there. Hughes is pretty much all offense, but I think McAvoy will play solid enough defensively with him. Hughes can, be creative, try and create that offense. And then finally, guys, on the bottom pair, I've got Zach Rensky, Seth Jones reunited. Obviously played together a ton in Columbus. Pretty familiar with each other, so I think that's a pretty solid round out there for our defense. Now, Jones, I thought about subbing in John Carlson for. I think Carlson's the better D-man, but again, I think they're going to look at it. They're going to see Jones play with Rensky so much. Probably go with Carlson there. Goaltending-wise, definitely the easiest to make these choices. Connor Hellebuyck, there's our starter. John Gibson backing him up. In terms of scratches here, Demko is the third-string goalie. I've also got Ryan McDonough there as the eighth defenseman. Forward-wise, we got JT Miller, who might make the team because he's also a center as well as a wing, so he's kind of versatile. Could potentially get a spot in that bottom six. Brock Besser there. It was really tough for me. Basically came out like him and Pacioretty for the final wing spot. Brady Tkachuk as well. Maybe they want him on line with Matthew Tkachuk, just like the ultimate instigator line. But, I feel like he isn't quite there for me yet, talent-wise. But, again, if they're looking at just guys that fill the bottom six role better, he's probably a better bottom six player than a guy like, say, Max Pacioretty. So, very curious to see what they do there. Now, looking at the special teams here, the first power play is ridiculous. Eichel, Matthews, Kane, Fox, and Connor. That is a tough power play to match up against. Second unit there even looks really solid as well. The four-man here, just decided to go with basically our three best players in my mind, plus Johnny Gaudreau, who again, I think, with that extra open ice, even on a four-man, just going to be so creative. Second unit there is also very, very solid. PK here, again, it was kind of tough to pick a PK, but Larkin plays PK for the Red Wings, Connor plays some PK for the Jets. We got Wheeler there, who's not usually on the PK. Pavelski, though, can do it. Again, some guys are definitely going to have new roles on this team. Three-man penalty kill again, Larkin, Pavelski. Give Matthews and Eichel a break because they're obviously going to be running those power plays. So, look at the USA team here, guys. I think it looks really solid. Is it as good as Canada's team? I don't think so, but probably the second best team in the tournament for sure. And if you guys are wondering who's going to get the captaincy on this team, I feel like they got to give the C to Patrick Kane. The dude's been on Team USA, I think, the longest. Arguably their best player. It's either him or Matthews. C's got to go to Kane for now. I think the future captain of that team is probably Austin Matthews, so I'm going to give an A to. And I'm also going to give an A to Jack Eichel. I feel like Matthews and Eichel are kind of the future of this team. And now guys, just like in the Team Canada video, we're going to try a season simulation with this team just to see how they match up against the rest of the NHL. And as I mentioned in the last video guys, going to be subbing out LA Kings for all of these. We'll see what the USA team is rated. Canada was a 97 overall, I believe. USA is a 98 overall. Wow, I'm actually surprised that they're higher rated. Maybe because Canada's defense was a bit worse. I know Canada's offense was definitely better, but it's definitely a surprise. So after seeing the overalls, guys, I wanted to see the rating breakdown. As you can see, both teams have 100 offense. Canada has 97 defense, where USA has 98. And then Canada has 95 goaltending, where USA has 94. So they're pretty much identical. I guess all this shows us is defense matters more than goaltending in terms of the overall rating. So I just finished the regular season, guys. Team USA finished the record of 58, 15, and 9, which I think is 125 points it is. So first in the division, and they also won the President's Trophy just like Canada. I think they actually had 3 more points. Patty Kane there, 100 points right on. And we saw how hard it is to, do well on this sim, so that's pretty impressive there. What was his ice time? Yeah, about the same as McDavid had, 18 minutes a night. Matthews at 94 there with 43 goals. Eichel 89, so this Team USA scored a bit more. Connor there, Gensel, Gaudreau had solid seasons. Quinn Hughes, Pavelski, Tkachuk. So kind of like Canada, everyone's pitching in here. Lowest score on the team was actually Rensky. Put up less points than Seth Jones. Goaltending-wise, Gibson got more starts than Hellebuck. That's interesting. I had Hellebuck as the starter, but pretty much identical stats. So really no issues there. I'll take a look at the entire league now. And Patty Kane on Chicago led in scoring. I thought that was our Patty Kane. And then Jack Eichel on Buffalo. It's like they knew they had a clone out there. Wanted to play better. Now, Patty Kane on Team USA did have 100 points. DeBrincat on Chicago, 96 there. Our Matthews, though, did outscore the Toronto one, which is interesting. Some pretty high scores there. Defensively, John Carlson on Washington. I knew he got scratched on Team USA, so he wanted to show up. Respect. Goaltending-wise, Kenzie Blackwood on the Devils there put up a .922 save percentage. That's actually really impressive. So I'll take a quick look here at the entire league. They won the President's Trophy, but I'll just kind of see which team finished last. I don't think it'll be the Devils. Looking at the Blackwood stats there. Wow, so we did much better than every other team. Devils got second. That's so strange. They got last in the last sim. No changes other than USA instead of Canada. They get second in this one. It just shows you how literally anything can happen in the sim. Goals for, we were first place. Goals against, we were second. St. Louis there had 3 less. And who was the last place team in the NHL? San Jose Sharks there, 63 points. Alright guys, this is insane. The USA Olympic team lost in the first round of the playoffs to the Calgary Flames. So just like Canada, couldn't get it done in the playoffs. I'm not sure what's going on with these international teams. Also, just like how Canada had all of Vegas' best players, Team USA had Calgary's 2 best players, I think, in Johnny Gaudreau, Matthew Tkachuk. I don't know what's going on here. You can see St. Louis there actually won the Stanley Cup. Patrick Kane had a point per game for us, but it was not enough. Quick look at the playoff tree. So the Blues beat the Avs, swept the Jets, beat the Oilers, and then swept the Capitals. I don't know why these teams aren't doing well in the playoffs. No Stanley Cup, but we did win the President's Trophy, so at least that's something. Individual there are Ross, Kane, and Hart, Carlson, James Norris. All these guys, Kane, Lady Bing, are on our team. Kaprizov, Calder, okay, that's the first guy who's not. O'Reilly, Conn Smythe, Blackwood did get the Vezina there. Bennington, William, and Jennings, Charbel, Masterton, O'Reilly, Selke, Kane, Ted Lindsay, Ovechkin, Maurice Richard. So again, no player awards for this Team USA, but that's okay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Up next will probably be Team Russia, so stay tuned for that. If you guys are enjoying these videos, make sure to leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.